Hello friends, welcome to a new Sims 4 video. I hope you're having a great week. It is in fact Friday for me. I am literally going to record this voiceover, render this video. Oh no, I have to add the screenshots at the end really quick, then render this video, then upload it and set it to public ASAP and hope that everything works out. I'm hoping this video gets up no later than 4 p.m. this Friday, this wonderful, lovely, sunny Friday. But I might be a little late. I don't know. I'm trying to hurry because we got other stuff we got to do today too. So, and I kind of just put this off till the last minute. But what you're looking at here is me building my dream home in The Sims 4. Now, is this my dream home because I am a disabled person and this house would be easy for me to maintain, easy for me to get around in? It's small and simple and cozy and quiet and all the things that I would need and want and love. Or is this just my style at this point? I don't know. To be honest with you, I really don't know if this isn't just the style that I like at this point. It's hard to say. As a disabled person, it's hard to separate the disability from the person because it's been my entire life. It is who I am. So I don't know, but this is the house that I would build if I could build a house in real life. This is the house that I would want. I did start with a basic floor plan. The basic floor plan that I started with, however, had a garage on the front, or not really on the front, but kind of on the front, but also kind of to the side of the house. It's where the bedrooms, the two smaller kids' bedrooms end up being, or the recording room in the kids' bedroom end up being, is where at least part of the garage is supposed to be. So I had to drastically alter this floor plan so that it would work in The Sims 4, obviously, because we don't have cars. There really isn't a point to putting a garage in or anything. So I just cut that part of the building off and edited the rest to kind of fit together in spite of the missing garage. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But yeah, basically more or less open floor plan, kitchen, living room, dining room, and then the bedrooms separated from the living room area. That would be my ideal. Right now we live in a small, similar one-story, three-bedroom house, but the master bedroom is literally right on the other side of the wall from the living room. So I can't use the TV at night because it's on the wall. It's on the same wall, opposite side of where the bed is at. So if I turn the TV on at night, being, partially deaf like I am, I have to have it up pretty loud. It just goes right through that wall into the bed on the other side. So I would love where the TV isn't right on the other side of the wall. And now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't even take that into consideration when I built this. We'd have to wait and look at the floor plan again to see if the bathrooms and the closets really do separate the TV, or if it's just like it is with my real life house now. The TV is literally on the other side of the wall from the bed. Oh no, I think it might be, maybe. Oh, I think it's pretty close. It kind of is, yeah. Dang, I didn't even take that into consideration. I just thought of that just now as I was recording the voiceover, but oh well, it's The Sims. It's fine. Maybe if I ever built this house in real life, I would make that a soundproof wall so that I could have the TV there and it would be fine anyways. I really struggled with this part because, like I said, I removed the garage from the front. So I had to alter the front of the house to look good, despite there being no garage there. And I think it turned out okay in the end, although I leave the front porch kind of plain, and I kind of regret that. I wish I would have at least put some plants or something on the front porch just to decorate it a little bit more, but I don't know. Excuse me. At the time, I couldn't think of anything to put on the front porch. We literally do not use our front porch at all. We have an old, rotting wooden bench that has seen one too many snow and rainstorms and just needs to be retired at this point, on our front porch, and we use it maybe once a year at the most. So we don't even really use our front porch, not even to come and go from the house much. We use the garage to come and go from the house much. So I guess front porches are an afterthought for me most of the time. But yeah, other than the roof color and the two-tone siding, which it looks better to do the two-tone siding in The Sims 2. In real life, my house has a similar like roof. I don't know what you call it, silhouette or whatever. And it's all one color of siding, and it looks good. It looks fine. But in the Sims 4 game, it does not look good that way. It looks weird, so I always end up putting a different tone for those roof wall pieces, excuse me, because I think it looks better. I don't know that I would do that in real life, though. I think I would make it the same color as the base house wall siding, whatever you want to call it. That second garbage can is supposed to represent a recycling can, and the game keeps deleting it. So I don't know, maybe you're not allowed to have two outdoor garbage cans. But every time I exit the game and come back, it's deleted. So if that second one's not there for you, it has something to do with the game not liking two outdoor trash cans. But in my mind, it was supposed to be trash and then recycling can there. I wish I would have spent a little bit less time on the outside structures here, and maybe a little bit more time on the inside decorating portion. Now that I'm doing the voiceover part of this video, I feel like I spent too much time, but like I said, I'm literally editing, doing the voiceover, and uploading at the very last possible moment. So I'm doing my best here. Also, the editing gets a little weird at times because my daughter and I were kind of doing karaoke while I was editing. Some slow songs, some fast songs. If you pay really close attention to the editing, you can tell when we were listening to fast, upbeat songs, and you could tell when we were listening to slower songs because my editing style changes with the changes of the music. It's really funny and weird, but I needed something to keep my brain busy while I was cutting down pieces of this video, because this was, to start with, a 4-hour video. I think it took me 4 hours to do this, but I really wanted to put my heart into this because this is my dream home. This is basically the house that I would build for myself and my little family if I had all the money in the world to spend on anything I wanted to spend it on. This is what I'd spend it on, this house right here. Someday, maybe I'll do another house that is like my ultimate dream house if I didn't have to take my disability into consideration. But to be honest with you, like I said earlier, I don't know how to separate the disability from me. Like, it is me. It's who I am. It's as much a part of me as brown eyes and brown hair. Like, it just is. And so I don't tend to think in terms of, oh, if I wasn't disabled, this is the kind of house that I would want, because there's no chance of that. There was never a chance of that. So this is the house I want. Period. And, full stop type of thing. But again, I don't know if that's because I'm disabled or if this is just what I like now. I don't know. I don't know how all that psychology works. I don't care how all that psychology works. I just live it, I guess. But yeah, the kitchen is, now that I'm looking at it, one of the rooms that I regret, I guess. I don't know how else to say that. Do I regret this room? No. I like it being simple and white. Do I think it could have used a little more decor? Yes, I do think it could have used a little more decor. Looking at this now, watching it like this now, it does look a little bit too white, too plain, too simple. Maybe a change in cabinet colors would have been good, like a pale light wood color. When the new expansion pack comes out, Growing Together, I think next month, I plan to revisit this build because I think there are going to be things from what I saw from the trailer that I'm going to want to add to this build as part of, my dream house. So when that comes out, I will revisit this build and maybe I'll change the cabinets, or at least change the color of the cabinets then, and the kitchen won't look so stark white. It's amazing how different things look on the videos and in the screenshots versus in the game. When I'm in the game with that kitchen, it's not that bad. It doesn't look that weird or different from the rest of the house. It looks like it fits in just fine. It looks like a Sims kitchen. But when you look at it this way, especially from this angle on a video, you can definitely tell that it's all stark white and there's nothing in there. I also tend to not put a lot of rugs in my kitchens because in real life I do not have a rug in my kitchen because I used to trip over it constantly. And I actually fell once. In the kitchen. The kitchen is a very dangerous place to fall, let me put it that way. I was holding a very large knife and I dropped it on the floor and I bent over to pick it up and I actually fell onto the knife. Luckily, the knife was laying flat on the floor, so there was no chance of getting hurt by it. But had I have bent over for something else and been holding that knife at the time, that would have been a much, much different story. And so I tend to keep my kitchens bare and rugless and all that other kind of stuff just because of that. It's just a natural habit that even in The Sims, when I'm building, it's like, leave the kitchen alone, leave it be bare. It's too dangerous to put anything else in there. Yeah, again, I cannot separate myself from my disability. It's there in literally everything that I do. Everything. No matter how hard I try, it's there in literally everything. But this is my recording room. If we had all the money in the world, I'd get a separate office, like somewhere else maybe, or at least like a she shed type of deal, and put my office there instead. Um, but yeah, for now we use the spare bedroom for now. I say that as if there's any chance I'm ever going to be able to build a separate facility for my recording space. That's not happening. It will always be right here in the spare bedroom. And I guess I just wanted to represent that in this house as well. I don't know. It just felt right. I also made it a, like, I guess you could say, three sim household. I didn't make Sims for it, but the way I decorated it, that's what it's for, plus a cat and a dog. So one child, and then two parent adult Sims, and a cat and a dog. That's how it ends up being in the end. That's how I decorated it. I did not restrict to the packs. I used whatever packs I wanted to use. I didn't even think about it. I didn't restrict to the budget. I didn't even think about it. I don't know how much this ends up being in the end, but if I remember correctly, it ends up being quite expensive. It is most definitely not a starter house at all. But yeah, I just went wild with it. But I mean, obviously you can see me in it. The plain stark white kitchen with, not no clutter, no rugs, nothing. I have to have that one rug. You'll see that one rug, and by the end, you'll understand what I mean by that one rug. Because I try to put it everywhere in this house, and the only place I could fit it in this house is the hallway bathroom in the end. You'll know what rug I'm talking about. I pretty much try to get it into every build I make now. I just really love that rug a lot. I just love colorful things. I like lots of cheery, fun, colorful stuff. I'm not a monochromatic kind of person at all. I just like light, pastel colorful stuff. Yeah, it's just also who I am, I guess. um, I don't know what else to say about the build. I did not base the rooms on us and real life and what we would like real life. Specifically, my this bedroom right here that I'm working on right now, I did not kind of customize to my daughter's liking. I mean, I put a couple of things in there that I think she would like in real life in her bedroom, but I didn't decorate it to her style necessarily. And I certainly didn't decorate this to our real life style, I guess. Or maybe I kind of did a little bit. I think my style might be changing over time. But I didn't. How do I didn't make this us. Let me put it that way. When I did these bedrooms, I did not make them us. I just decorated them how I thought cute bedrooms that lots of different people would like would be decorated. I didn't specifically tailor them to us and what we want and what we need and what we like because for one thing, there for my in regards to my daughter, I like to keep a lot of her stuff just not online. She's young and she's got a complicated enough life already. I talk about how I homeschool and that she's been ill, and that's why we're homeschooling, and that's why we will likely continue to homeschool for the rest of her education. But that I don't want to get too much more detailed than that, and I want her to have as much privacy as she possibly can have. So I don't purposely set out to decorate kids' bedrooms in her style, even when I'm doing a room like or a house like this that is like my dream house. I just put a generic kids bedroom that I think lots of kids would like in there to keep her separated from it. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm rambling, but I'm just trying to basically say I don't want my daughter part of this online stuff. I want her to have her privacy and to be kept separate from this stuff. So I the room is not decorated for her. Okay, that's the rug right there in the bathroom right there. That is my favorite rug of all time in The Sims. Any Sims game, anytime, that's my favorite rug, at least as of right now. I absolutely adore that rug, and I have been trying to use it in every single build that I make since we got that rug. I can't often use it in the builds because it is a 2 tile by 1 tile. So as you saw a couple of times there, when you enlarge it, it doesn't really fit spaces very well. But I try to use it as much as I can because I adore that rug. I just love all the colors of it. It is my favorite Sims object of all time. Is that weird? Well, no. Probably that and that little coffee table that I put in the living room. Those are my two favorite Sims objects of all time. But in the end, I ended up taking the coffee table out. I realized I just repeated myself by saying in the end, I ended up taking the coffee table out. I'm down to the minutes here, and I'm really feeling anxious that I got to get this going. But in the end, I took the coffee table out because it was too small for the space and traded it for a larger coffee table, which, did we see that part already? I can't remember now. No, I think that part's coming up in a minute maybe when I do the cat and dog stuff, but you'll see what I mean. That coffee table and the rug that's in the bathroom. Those are my two favorite Sims objects of all time. I love them. I want a coffee table like that in real life in my living room. I want a rug like that somewhere in my house in real life. I'm gonna make those things happen someday. I don't know how. I don't know when, but I'm gonna make them happen someday because those are my favorite Sim objects of all time. I know, I'm a little weird, but that's okay. I like weird. I like being weird. I like weird people. Stay weird. It's much better than being boring, right? uh, we are finally to the backyard. I feel like I'm losing my voice, and we only have 2 minutes left. Okay, so we are finally on the backyard. I just started shoving everything in there. I thought my little heart would desire if I had a big open backyard like this to fill up. A swimming pool for exercising, which is great when you have a neuromuscular disease. The best type of exercising is in a swimming pool. It's easy on the joints, but it's still somewhat weight bearing, so it's perfect. It also helps you regulate your body temperature better, so that's perfect with my dysautonomia. I'm not sold on that little garden bed. It looked better in the game than it does on the video, so I'm not completely sold on it. I might revisit that in the future when I revisit the kitchen. Everything else, though, I absolutely adore. I love that swing set with the lights on it. I love the little kids' tent, the little play tent thing, the sprinklers, the garden area, the tree with the light. I just love it all. This is definitely like my dream backyard to have. And right here in a second is the part where I realize, hey, wait a minute, I forgot cat and dog stuff. There is no way I would ever have a house without pets in it, so I need to add some pet stuff in here. And then, unfortunately, I had to get rid of my favorite coffee table of all time and replace it with something that just fit the space a little bit better. But that coffee table right there, if I can get that somehow in real life, I'm getting that for my living room in real life because I love that coffee table and that rug in that little hall bathroom right there. Someday, somehow, I'm going to figure out how to get that in my real house because they are just adorable. And with that, we are down to the last second, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did. I appreciate all my new subscribers, and I appreciate all your comments. You cannot even believe how much I appreciate it. And I will see you next week in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.